The concept of time is indeed an interesting one that nor I or anyone else for that matter could explain in totality. I wanted to explore the concept for and give reasons as to why I think everyone, in effect, is already dead. Upon taking an afternoon saunter through a park I frequented as a youth, I felt the imminent urge to whimper at the rueful idea of reliving the moments once experienced here with my closest friends. As I ruminated on a manifold of memories and sentiments, unintentionally realizing that with every breath inhaled is corollary to the one exhaled. Or is it the other way around? Admitting to the concession that the present is categorically fleeting, so much so in fact, that it wouldn't be unreasonable to wonder if it even really existed. Time is forever impermanent and evanescent as to really only exist in one state, the past. If one were to try to quantify this very instance, it would be analogous to holding water in one's palms. Additionally, the moments that have yet to eventuate, or the future, as it were, is subjective, thus relegating our reality to one of past events or memories. No one, as far as I know, possesses the foreknowledge to promise 5 minutes from now, much less tomorrow. I believe this to simply be outside the scope of human discernment, and therefore must mean everything that hasn't happened is in theory and operative on an assumption. As the unforeseeable future agrees with prior hypothesis, we are elated, and of the things that repudiate our premises, in error, albeit determined to reach a conclusion that agrees with nature, as we know time is of the essence. Is it not also true, then, that our lives are predicated on the whims and caprice of a world so governed by chaos and entropy? And our existence, a virtual reality comprised of social programming, delusion, and a false sense of purpose? Countless times at a place of employment it's been said how when remuneration is received, it matters not, as they must pay whatever debt off, rendering impending funds already spent. So if the presumed anticipatory payment is already gone, though technically you haven't actually received it, would it not be logical that one is already dead in a sense that the idea of death is inevitable? It is only a question of how. It's important to accept the deal of our existence, that decay and the threat of death is ever imminent, and we shouldn't shy away from this fact. Our virtual realities are predicated upon lived experience, and nothing else except acceptance of death could give man a glimpse of apotheosis. Relationships, friendships, emotions, health, illness, and life in general are subject to decay on some level, and it is wise to understand that the beginning and the end aren't mutually exclusive, but one in the same. Inextricably linked as to form an intimate symbiosis. Some may say these sentiments are disturbing and negative. It matters not how you feel, but rather what is real. Existential nihilism is something that I not only agree or grant is valid, but you do as well, albeit unknowingly. For it is the nothingness, the destitute, the unrelenting designless phenomenon of discontinuance that is contrasted with life, coupled with the unprovable, unquantifiable, and subjective future delusion of being rewarded, or, more forcefully, being condemned to hell. Imagine how vapid our existence would be if we knew death was forever stonewalled, that there existed no promise of interruption. There would exist no motivating factor to ensure the proper appropriation of our temporal, meaningless day-to-day lives. So yes, I am of the notion that you and I are already dead, or at least in a state of dying, and our lives are comprised of memories of times past, while hoping for a future no more promised than tomorrow.